Well, good morning. This is a different talk than I would have had planned a week ago, given the recent turn of events with my mother. I brought notes to keep me from going 20 minutes. Near the summit of Mauna Kea, it's the highest point on the island of Hawaii, sits one of mankind's crown jewels of science's intellect. It's called the Keck Observatory. It's one of the largest, most advanced telescopes in use today. Some of the brightest minds in science and astronomy relentlessly scour the heavens for answers to our origin as they search for other worlds to solidify their theories of a universe that began from a random Big Bang. Over the last 40 years, astronomers have discovered what's become known as exoplanets. These extrasolar planets exist outside of our solar system and maintain orbits around their own respective sun-like stars. Thousands have been found, with purported billions awaiting discovery. Years of observation, testing, and theories researched by those with the very highest of intellects, accolades of man's learned knowledge, feverishly struggle to understand why Earth is the only habitable space among the billions of similar planets. The more they research, the more they discover the rarity of preciseness in the atmosphere, elements, and balance that holds our known world in perfect balance to sustain life. The minds of science are perpetually perplexed at the why and the how. Earth is the only planet of its kind. The statistical impossibility that 1 out of billions was designed so perfectly keeps them bewildered and searching. There's a difference between knowledge and wisdom. I read that knowledge is about the facts that you get through study, research, and observation. Wisdom, on the other hand, is the ability to discern which aspects of that knowledge are true, right, lasting, and applicable to your life. Wisdom discerns the truth. This morning, over 3,800 miles away from that Hawaiian observatory, in a small hospital room in Lufkin, Texas, there's a frail body that holds the soul of a prayer warrior, a heart full of love for her family and friends, and a testament to a life lived with the wisdom that seems to elude science's greatest minds. She tapped into the wisdom and treasures of a lifelong walk with the Master at an early age and has never departed. Today, as we honor our mothers, we're highlighting the wisdom in our godly mothers' mouths. Life's mortality comes to us all. In recent years, it has robbed my mother of her ability to speak or understand. But amidst the symptoms of the disease that has ravaged her mind, her faith is strong and unshaken. Those of you that know her, you know her deep love for everyone she would meet, her love for her family, her joy in all things Christ. She nurtured, she taught. She, like many other mothers here today, knew how to touch the throne of God for her family in time of need. I would say that she is the best mother to ever exist, and I'd be right. But you'd never convince me differently. What I'd rather say is that she is part of a long line of Proverbs 31 women. There are many here this morning fewer than in times past, maybe, but there still exists a remnant, and will always remain a remnant, of righteous women and mothers that while the Lord tarries will forever raise up a standard with those quiet places that we may never see. My mother is a spiritual giant. When her prayers go up, hell trembles. Dad recounted early this year, in the middle of the night, now most of you know she can't speak, limited words. She still can form the words clearly, I love you, and I love you, Jesus. He woke up in the middle of the night as he's been by her side as a relentless caregiver and the epitome of a husband as his wife's age robs her of her health. But he woke up in the middle of the night, and she was very quietly moaning, he thought. And as he lay there and listened, he realized she was praying. It went on for hours, and it got louder and louder. And she laid there for 3 or 4 hours, not necessarily in her right mind, but at the same time she knew from where her strength came and her salvation lied. She prayed all night in tongues, and he just laid there and took it all in. Mom, you aren't here, sitting next to Dad amongst the people that you dearly love. But let eternity record that through all the trials, through all of your recent suffering, your heart cried every time we visited to never lose our walk with God. That your life's desire was for all of us to be together in eternity with Jesus. Your children have listened to the words that you can no longer speak. We may have strayed along the way, but your words of wisdom ring in our ears. The anchor holds. Mom, we're home.
I wouldn't want to exploit my good brother Johnson, but he has been such a prince of a man to his wife. I mean, he's been there when he could have allowed his sons and daughters to stay with her. He just wanted to stay with his wife. And he wanted so bad to be here today with her. He made comment to his children. He said, now, they always give something to the mother, every mother that's there. They always do. I want you to make sure you bring that to me today. Isn't that sweet? Isn't that wonderful? They've been together over 50 years, and he still loves her unconditionally. What a mother. What a family. Amen.